All right, folks, I've got a 2017 Host Mammoth with a Heki 2, if that's how you say it, Skylight / roof vent, whatever you want to call it on top. And if you have one of these, you might know that the latches fail on that roof vent. And you can buy these brackets to fix it and replace that, but those brackets were like $77 plus shipping online, and they were back ordered, so I couldn't have ordered them even if I wanted to. And I also have just a principle of ordering what I feel to be a flawed part to begin with, and then replacing it. So what I did is I removed the latches out of the bracket. I obviously took the brackets out of the Skylight. I removed those. Remove the latch part. That's a fairly easy task. There's just a little clip that comes off the back side. And I was going to build a bushing for in here to receive a carriage bolt like this. It's a 5/16 carriage bolt. This one, I actually have that installed. But I didn't want to do a bushing because it was more work. So I just epoxy filled this. I think that also is going to give it some more strength than a bushing would as well. I did recess that. I didn't fill it all the way up. I kept the epoxy just so, if you can see that, about a 1/4 inch or so below, and that's so that that square part of the carriage bolt will turn freely inside of there. As you can see here, that just turns freely. And then for these handles or latches, this is just an L bracket, available at any hardware store, just cheap hardware. And I cut this down to fit. I welded a nut on this side so that it could be screwed onto the carriage bolt. And then it's just double nutted on there. There's a second nut to lock it in place. And I'm using a little bit of blue Permatex just as an added way to secure it. So I also put a slight bend on this, as you can see. Might be easier here if I put it like this. And that's just so when this engages the aluminum angle I put in the Skylight, it's not going to hit. It'll kind of ride up and secure more, engage more easily. So I'm going to install these and show you that part in a bit. Inside the camper, I've got my replacement homemade latches installed. As you can see, I put a piece of a 3/4 inch aluminum angle down here, just screwed it into the plastic frame. I've got these adjusted so they fit snugly. You got to pull down quite a bit on this on the Skylight to make these engage. So there's a pretty good friction fit. Obviously, there's no push button retainer like in the old latches. I don't ever see this vibrating open with how snug it is. You could actually take this and overturn it so that this would have to go, I don't know, over 180 degrees, or I guess no, over 90 degrees, excuse me, to actually disengage. And I just don't see that happening while going down the road. So, so that's it. They work pretty good. I'll open this up. You can see there's that aluminum angle I put in there, and then the installed latches. I did adjust these and tighten these down, these the extra nut on here, so this is nice and snug. There's not it's not gonna, shouldn't loosen up, especially with that Loctite in there. So that's my repair for the Heki 2 Skylight. If you're unfortunate enough to have one of these on your camper, maybe you can employ a similar repair if you have that problem of the broken or degrading latches. In any case, I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but this is what I came up with. Later.